What if I told you that you don't need to make $100,000 a year to build real wealth? You've probably heard the opposite. Make more money, get a higher paying job, start a business, invest more. And while increasing your income can absolutely help, there's a problem with that advice. If you don't know how to manage the money you already have, earning more money may simply give you more money to spend. Wealth isn't built by waiting until you finally make six figures. It starts with learning how to control your cash flow, protect your income, eliminate financial leaks, and consistently put money toward your future. Whether you make $40,000, $60,000, $75,000, or somewhere in between, your financial strategy matters. The goal isn't to pretend your income doesn't matter. It does. The goal is to stop believing that wealth building has to wait until your income reaches some magical number. Today, we're going to break down how ordinary earners can start building extraordinary financial progress by focusing on what they can control. We'll talk about your baseline budget, spending habits, debt, savings, investing, and eventually increasing your income. Because building wealth isn't about looking rich today. It's about creating a financial system that makes tomorrow stronger than today. The first step toward building wealth on an ordinary income is understanding exactly where your money goes. Not approximately, not based on what you think you spend. Exactly. Start by identifying your monthly income and separating your expenses into categories: housing, utilities, transportation, food, insurance, debt payments, subscriptions, entertainment, savings, and everything else. Then determine your baseline budget, the amount of money you truly need to maintain your essential lifestyle. This number is powerful because it gives you a financial foundation. Once you know your baseline, you can stop treating every dollar that enters your checking account as available spending money. That's where many people get stuck. They earn a paycheck, pay some bills, spend it on everyday purchases, and then wonder why nothing remains at the end of the month. Instead, give your money a job before you spend it. PaycheckPlanner.ai can help you organize your income, bills, spending, debt, and financial goals so you can see your money from a bigger picture perspective. The goal isn't to create a miserable budget where you eliminate everything you enjoy. It's to create awareness and control. When you know how much you need for necessities, how much you owe, how much you can save, and how much is actually available for discretionary spending, you're no longer guessing. You're operating from a plan. And that plan is the beginning of wealth building. The second step is finding the financial leaks that quietly destroy your ability to build wealth. And these leaks aren't always huge purchases. Sometimes it's the $20 subscription you forgot about, the $8 convenience purchase you make several times a week, the expensive car payment you've normalized, the credit card balance that keeps collecting interest, or the lifestyle upgrades that happen every time your income increases. Individually, these expenses might not seem important, but repeated over months and years, they can become thousands of dollars that never get a chance to work for you. This is why building wealth requires more than simply saying, "I need to save more." You need to understand what is preventing you from saving more in the first place. Look at your recurring expenses and ask a simple question. Does this expense move me closer to the life I want, or is it simply consuming cash flow? You don't have to eliminate everything. You need to prioritize. If you have high-interest debt, aggressively attacking that debt can become one of your biggest wealth-building moves. If you're paying for things you rarely use, redirect that money toward savings. If your housing or transportation costs are consuming an unreasonable percentage of your income, consider whether those fixed expenses are limiting your future. Wealth often begins with subtraction before it becomes multiplication. Every dollar you stop wasting becomes a dollar you can redirect toward emergency savings, debt reduction, investing, or another financial goal. Once you have control of your cash flow and have started eliminating unnecessary financial leaks, the next step is building your financial foundation. Start with an emergency fund, because wealth building becomes much harder when every unexpected expense immediately becomes new debt. You don't need to start with a massive amount. Your first goal could be a small cash cushion, followed by gradually building towards several months of essential expenses based on your circumstances. At the same time, continue attacking interest debt and make consistent contributions toward long-term goals. The key word is consistent. You don't need to invest hundreds or thousands of dollars every month to begin developing the habit of investing. The amount matters, but the behavior matters too. When you automate your savings and investing, you reduce the number of decisions you have to make every payday. Instead of hoping there'll be money left over, you decide in advance where your money goes. That's another reason a paycheck-based planning system can be so powerful. PaycheckPlanner.ai can help you organize your financial priorities around the money actually coming into your household, rather than relying solely on a monthly estimate. And remember, building wealth is not a competition. You may see someone online investing $3,000 every month, paying off their mortgage early, or buying investment properties. That doesn't mean you're behind. Your job is to build a financial system that works with your income, expenses, responsibilities, and goals. Progress you can sustain beats an unrealistic financial plan you abandon after 2 months. Now, here's where we move from simply managing money to actively building wealth. Increase the gap between what you earn and what you spend. If you make $50,000 and spend $49,500, your financial margin is extremely small. If you can eventually make $55,000 while keeping your lifestyle closer to your original income, you create additional money that can be directed toward your future. This is why income growth matters. But don't wait for your employer to magically solve your financial situation. Look for ways to increase your earning power. Develop a skill. Ask for additional responsibilities. Pursue certifications. Apply for better opportunities. Start a side hustle. Freelance. Build a small business. Negotiate when you have leverage. The objective isn't simply to make more money so you can spend more money. The objective is to make more money so you can increase your financial margin. This is where lifestyle inflation becomes dangerous. If you get a $5,000 raise and immediately increase your spending by $5,000, your financial position may barely change. But if you direct a meaningful portion of that raise toward debt, savings, investing, or other wealth-building goals, your future starts getting stronger. Think of every income increase as an opportunity to widen the gap. Your income is what comes in. Your expenses are what goes out. Your wealth-building power lives in the difference. The bigger that gap becomes, and the longer you consistently invest or deploy it wisely, the more opportunities you create for your money to eventually work alongside you. The final step is simple, but it may be the most important. Start before you feel ready. You don't need a 6-figure salary. You don't need a perfect credit score. You don't need thousands of dollars sitting in your bank account. You don't need to understand every investment strategy. You need a plan, discipline, and the willingness to improve one financial decision at a time. Start by knowing your numbers. Create your baseline budget. Identify your financial leaks. Build your emergency savings. Attack expensive debt. Automate your savings and investing. Increase your income when possible. And when your income increases, resist the urge to immediately increase your lifestyle. Give every raise a purpose. Give every paycheck a plan. Give every financial goal a deadline. If you want help organizing all of this in one place, check out PaycheckPlanner.ai. It's designed to help you take your paycheck and turn it into a clearer financial strategy, helping you organize bills, spending, debt, savings, and goals so you can make more intentional decisions with your money. Remember, wealth isn't created by one massive financial decision. It's built through hundreds of smaller decisions repeated consistently over time. You may not make 6 figures today, but you can still build a 6-figure mindset. Control your cash flow, live below your means, eliminate expensive debt, increase your income, and invest in your future. You don't have to be rich to start building wealth. You have to start building wealth to eventually become financially stronger. If this video helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And visit PaycheckPlanner.ai to start putting your money to work with a plan, because we are building real financial progress, one step at a time.